mates were hitting the court often and hard. Wondering your take on that and of making those kind of small, gritty plays.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just have to take each game at a time, and I think we noticed in the first half, neither team had shot a free throw, so we knew it was going to be a physical one. And I mean, they were calling it the same for both teams for the most part. So we knew we just had to play through things and keep working our hardest. And if we didn't get a call, we didn't get a call, and just move on to the next play. And I think that's really, this game especially is really getting us ready for tournament time, because games like this are going to happen, and refs are going to be different each game. So we just have to adjust.
And a follow up on that, I think it's fair to say that Cameron was probably the most okay with whistles not being blown. And from your perspective, how would you describe her development as a freshman of learning how to play within different officiated games and still be as productive as she's been?
I mean, she's a very skilled player, and I think she's getting better every game. I mean, for her to be able to play as much as she did and stay out of foul trouble, that's what our team needs. And I think she thrives in the situation. She's a very physical player, and I think she likes that battle in the post, and we really need her for that.
Thanks, Lexie.
Okay, next question is from Ann Keelian. Go ahead, Ann.
Hi, Lexie. You kind of touched on this a minute ago, but how does a game like this prepare you guys for the tournament? And what do you think this whole crazy, seems like the theme of this season is just basically, it doesn't matter how you win, it's just survival. How is this whole crazy season, do you think, kind of set you up for what's going to come in the NCAA tournament?
I mean, yeah, like you said, it all depends on if you come out with a win or not. So I think a game like today, with it being really tight in the last few minutes, I think that's really going to prepare us for the end, because we're going to play a lot of games like this. I mean, we can hope we won't, but odds are we're going to play some really tough games. And so to be able to lock in those last final few minutes and really focus and take each possession as it is, I think that's really going to help us in the long run. Tara always tells us that, our middle name is flexible. So I think that's really our biggest lesson from this season, is that we need to roll with the punches, and whatever's thrown at us, we're just going to have to deal with it and move on.
Thanks.
Okay, next question is from Michelle Vopel. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, Lexie, I think you guys haven't given up more than 61 points since that loss to UCLA. So your defense has been really consistent. There have been at times some I guess cold snaps with the offense in different games. What do you attribute that to? Kiana said it wasn't something that worried her, but is that something you guys think you can work on? And if do you think ultimately your defense is what carries this squad?
I definitely think it's our defense that's going to carry us to win a national championship. It's something in basketball that we know we can count on. If, some days the ball might not be going through the hoop, and we might be missing our shots, and that's just going to happen. We're going to have cold spurts, and as long as our defense is performing and we're working as hard as we can defensively, then we'll set ourselves up for a successful game and a successful season. So, yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not too worried about those spurts where we're not scoring very much, because hopefully during those dry moments, the other team's dry too, because we're playing a really good defense. So, yeah, we just need to keep working hard.
I think there's always this thing that Stanford doesn't like physical games. It goes back for years. They don't like physical games. But it seems like you guys have been able to deal fine with physical games. Is that something you guys kind of know going into games that people will try to do to you, and you've just adjusted to it?
Yeah, Tara, it's funny, Tara always tells us to not be the nice girls from Stanford, and to be out there and be aggressive and be physical and be the aggressor, not let them come at us. So I think that's something. I mean, if you come to our practice, you see everybody on the ground. We have bruises on our knees. We're working hard, and we're being physical in practice. So I think even if other teams think we're not physical, we are, and we're working as hard as we can in practice, and I think we're a very physical team. So I think I think we can roll with that, and it's not something that we're scared of.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, Lexie, I think there's no further questions. So thanks very much for joining us. And thank you, everybody.